Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Heath K. on the channel. And today I'm taking a look at the Atari Flashback 50th Anniversary Edition and giving my thoughts whether you should buy or avoid. Now, this system obviously came out, and I got it at my local Mankind store, which is like a retro sort of like geek shop where you can get obviously game systems, you can get merchandise, all that sort of stuff. And I got this for £69. I know, funny joke. And basically, if you have a quick look at the console, obviously it mimics the look of the Atari 2600, which is Atari's most notable console. It's got the Atari 50 logo in the corner. It's got switches for power on, game select, and whatnot on the top, emulating the original system, obviously. Now, obviously, you got the controller, which is obviously another version of the Atari classic joystick. It's got a fire button, Atari logo, nothing special. One criticism I have is obviously this does use the 9-pin connector thing. So I do know. I think original Atari controllers may actually work on this. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't got one to test, but that'd be cool. It's got HDMI. I've got another criticism where it's got micro USB as a charging port, and in Europe, basically they have to be phased out by 2024 for small electronic devices that are released in Europe. So that's obviously an issue. But one thing, when you actually lift the system, it's actually pretty light. There's not much heft to it. It's not that heavy, so that's good. I mean, as a flashback console, it's only really running a few ROMs. It shouldn't be too heavy. It doesn't need that much powerful hardware, especially to run Atari 2600 games, which is what this system is packed with. And of those games, they've got some great games on there. They've got stuff like Breakout. They've got stuff like Centipede. Now, in my opinion, some of those games like Breakout would work so much better with a paddle. You know, the paddle controllers that they had back with the original system, because playing it with a joystick is a little bit awkward. Obviously, modern controllers are a lot easier to use the joysticks with, but this one just doesn't feel that right. It's got a ton of games from Atari. It's got about 7+ pages of Atari games, because there's 110 games on the system, and that seems like a good value on paper for £69, especially getting a little system with it. But then you consider the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection is like £35 on a lot of systems at a minute, like PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and Steam. It's only like £31. Now, why that's the problem is that offers 113 games for about half the price. Now, obviously, this system's obviously made to appeal to nostalgic Atari fans who want a bit of nostalgia for Atari, and can re-experience what it's like to own an Atari console again. I think this deal. I think if you're into that sort of stuff, or you're into these little micro consoles in general, this is a good option for you. This is obviously a decent choice. But if you're a gaming fan and you just want to play games, I would personally just buy the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection. It just kind of seems like a better value to me. It's got more games. It's got Jaguar games, 7800 games, all sorts of different games from different Atari consoles. But I will say this game does have notable games on it, like Adventure 2, which I haven't seen re-released on any other Atari collection. But from what I know, like, take the Evercade collections, they don't have Adventure 2 on either of the Atari home console collection. So maybe that will sell you on buying this system. I don't know. But yeah, in my opinion, guys, this is a good get if you're into like classic gaming and you want a flashback console, you want a little console, or you need gaming, you just want to play a bit of retro, trying to re-experience some of the classic games from the 70s and 80s. Would I personally recommend it? Depends how you are and what you want. But if you just want to play some games, right, I recommend getting the Atari 50th console, 50th collection on Steam or Xbox or PlayStation or Switch or whatever system you already have. If you already have a system, but if you don't already have a system, this will suit you. This will be fine for you. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, like, share, put new videos whenever I can. I've been Eve Kate, and I'm signing out. Peace.